At 6:48, and today marks 2 years since the deadly January 6 attack on the Capitol. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris will mark the anniversary with a ceremony at the White House. Amy Liu is in Washington.
Well, Destiny, elections experts tell us that today's anniversary really underscores a new law included in this year's government spending bill called the Electoral Count Reform Act. Nearly 2 years since the deadly riots unfolded at the Capitol, lawmakers acting to avoid a repeat. Passing in the latest government spending bill, the Electoral Reform Count Act, modernizing a 19th century law.
It's a mixture of saying this law needs to be updated with, well, we now have a real impetus because 2020 exposed weaknesses.
The law clarifies the role of the vice president during the certification process as purely ceremonial, raises the bar for members of both the House and Senate to object to results from one member to at least a fifth of each chamber, and expedites election challenges in federal court.
It tries to lay out a little bit more clearly what a slate of electors is, what's legitimate, who is certifying them in the state or who is sending them to Washington.
The law prevents state legislatures from overriding the popular vote and submitting multiple slates of electors.
It addresses, I think, all of the major things we want resolved when it comes to strengthening how presidential elections get from election night into Congress and then to Inauguration Day.
In addition to this afternoon's ceremony at the White House, Democrats will also lead a bipartisan ceremony later this morning at the Capitol. In Washington, I'm Amy Liu, WYFF News 4.
Well, a well-known volcano is putting on a show in Hawaii. The Kilauea volcano is erupting again. This is a photo taken from the U.S. Geological Survey's webcam. Officials say the eruption is currently confined to a large crater and poses no hazard to communities. Meanwhile, California's Bay Area is continuing to experience storms, which are triggering widespread flood watches, power outages, evacuations, and more. The coast was hit with huge waves, and a high surf warning has been issued for Ventura County beaches. Experts say powerful waves and strong rip currents pose a risk of drowning and damage to coastal structures. In Santa Cruz, waves from the beach washed over roadways and damaged homes and businesses. This morning in Sierra County, a winter storm warning remains in effect. Yesterday afternoon, sleet and snow fell at the Nevada County border. The snow is the latest round of wet weather to pass through Northern California, with more expected this weekend. Southwest Airlines is starting the year with a list of lingering issues. The airline is now offering new incentives to the tens of thousands of people impacted by last week's travel disruptions. Some passengers are still waiting for their belongings to be returned. The airline said many bags are still in limbo and will require several more days to reunite passengers with their lost items. The airline is now offering 25,000 frequent flyer bonus points, which is worth about $300. It's also offering reimbursements and refunds. You can request a refund from Southwest by going to southwest.com/travel disruption. Online shopping hit record-breaking levels this holiday season. According to a new report, people spent nearly $212 billion from November 1st to December 31st. Despite high inflation, Adobe Analytics found that retailers offered steep discounts to lure customers this holiday season. Toys were marked down by 34%, electronics were 25% less, and clothing nearly 20% cheaper. At 6:52, exercising more, eating better are some of the goals that people are setting at the beginning of a new year. But what if you don't know how to get started? We spoke with Sydney Cummings. She's a personal trainer based out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
I cannot find the time.
And her YouTube channel has more than 1.4 million subscribers. She posts 5 new free workouts every week that people can do at home. She says it's all about consistent effort. Her advice is to start with a plan that's approachable for you.
Give yourself 1 week and say, I want to hit 3 workouts. And in those 3 workouts, just show up with whatever level of motivation you do or do not have and give your best. There's no expectation. There's no need to think about perfection as the goal. Just show up. And at the end of the week, you probably will find, okay, I do feel a little bit better. Maybe you're sore because you're changing some things around. Just give yourself small goals to show up, to do that consistently. And then when you feel like, okay, this is actually myself having energy, caring about what I eat, actually drinking water, you're going to feel the benefits outside of just your physical body, but in the energy that you have and the way that you're able to show up for yourself and your family and your job.
She also recommends having an accountability buddy, a person you can share your goals with to hold you accountable. We also talked about healthy eating, and she says she cooks a bunch of protein at one time, like chicken, beef, turkey, or tofu, and she stores the cooked food in big containers. That way, she says, during the week, she can have a healthy protein on hand to add to her meals. As Georgia and TCU fans make their way to Los Angeles for college football's national championship game, one tradition won't be allowed at SoFi Stadium. According to the frequently asked questions on the college football playoffs website, tailgating will not be allowed in any of the stadium's parking lots. That definitely had some fans in an uproar on social media. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp also spoke out on Twitter. He says in part, quote, while California may not know this, in the South, a tailgate with friends and family is the only way to prepare for a big game. Looking ahead to 2025, Kemp also made a promise to allow tailgating when Georgia hosts the national championship. It's 6:54, and today is the day for your chance to win big. The next Mega Millions drawing is tonight with an estimated $940 million jackpot. No ticket matched all 6 winning numbers in Tuesday's drawing, but 6 tickets matched the first 5 numbers, winning the lottery's second highest prize of $1 million each.